girls with their nails done now. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done. Girls with their nails done.
In a world where anything is possible, where what you get is a direct result of what you put in, where opportunity is equal for all and you choose your destiny, there is something we all search for, something that inspires us. It's the passion that inspires us. It's the speed that drives us. This is that world. This is your world. SSBB Esport. Live your dream. Welcome everybody. Let me find my mic. Can you hear me? Hello. Yes, welcome back to the SSBB Esport, where it is Sunday night. We have ourselves round one of the season 2 SSBB Esport Endurance Championship, and it's our first endurance live in this format on GT7. So quite exciting. The entries are quite thin. Must be all the porpoising we're experiencing, but that's neither here nor there. So we are doing our first round at Trial Mountain Circuit, so quite keen to get all of that going. Very excited. Let's do a lap and see what it's like. Now I am on the control, I'm not on my rig, so I must say, just doing a little bit of driving with this control, it's actually really good. So I'm going in the Mustang. What is the format? The format is Group 3 rear-wheel drive, normally aspirated V8, sorry, not V8s, normally aspirated Group 3 cars. I said Group 3, hey? So it's the Corvette, it's American, that's the theme. So this is a very nice track. A lot of speed to be had here, and the format is that with the tires you have to use one of each tire, and there's fuel saving. You will have to do. Fuel consumption is a factor, tire wear is a factor, The circuit is a factor. So it is the your options are the Ford Mustang, the Corvette C7 Group 3, and the Dodge Viper. Having driven pretty much only the Mustang, I must say I am a fan of this Mustang. My driving is not perfect, but tell you what, I do love this Mustang. On this circuit as well, it's a bit of a roller coaster. Really loving this circuit. Can't say I am extremely quick around here, especially on the road. Caught that slide quite nicely. Got dens behind me, let's go for another one. This remote is actually really good. A lot more speed in there. Let me stay wide for dens. Really love this car, it just sounds so good. Easy to take too much. So another corner you got to get right because you have this long straight, but it's easy to take way too much speed, get too greedy on a lot of those corners, and it'll send you into the wall. Such a good car, this. Just love driving it. Den's very, very confident. There we go, there are 2 laps of this beautiful circuit. And I must say, I absolutely love that. So who's in the comments? We've got Ian Evo, good evening. We have, who's that? Ian B. Welcome, Ian B. Long time. Great to see you with us. So we are actually running over time, so I think we are actually going to jump into this race. Let's ask everybody if they are ready. So there's no quali, your practice time will be your grid placement. And we'll say starting in 4 minutes. Alright, so let's look. Who's quickest? Venture 26 is quickest. Now, they haven't got everything in the lobby fixed, but it is looking a lot better than what it originally was. Let us know what the audio is like. Gonna have me some of my tea. So can we see everything? Cool. Venture 26 looks like he's all over the place. Beautiful livery from Venture. Well done on that livery, sir. Very, very nice. It's got a bit of porpoising. Second is Charlie De Santos in that Ford Mustang I was driving. Another 10,000 points for not having the right livery. I know he came on in the Corvette earlier, but he did not enjoy that. McFlurry up in the Corvette, currently in third also. Oh man, you know, the lobby was started off really, really nicely, and just seems to have gotten worse, unfortunately. Ollie, he's not porpoising at all, and that's a very, very nicely turned out Corvette. Well done, sir. Very, very nice work on that. Beautiful thing about these Group 3 cars, just look at it. What a stunning piece of equipment. Some beautiful shots as we ride on board with Ollie over here. Very hot into there. This corner, yeah, the thing with that is you've got to set yourself up for the corner for that. So on board with Dr. Pepsi. Oh, and he gets it. He loses the rear end as he's coming through there. Just a bit too eager, Beaver. Car looks stunning though. Very, very nice livery. Dr. Pepsi, I'm loving it, sir. Dens, and then of course back to Venture 26. So quite a thin field, but ooh, Alexander, you are just making it. Yes, man. See, Denzi's asking for. Okay, so Denzi's asking for a restart to the lobby. So, how do I do that? How do I reset the lobby? Okay. No, that's gonna change everything. Don't want to do that. Let's change it to group 2. No. So that should have done it. Just editing the settings again. Going back. Okay, I just want to make sure everything's correct. Okay, so we should be starting pretty soon. Hello everybody in the comments. We've got Sophie as well. Welcome. Okay, so let's say so we're starting in 5 minutes. This is now qualifying. So let's keep an eye on the let's keep an eye on the times. Running a bit late. say good evening to everyone. So we've got eyes on Ollie in the Chevrolet Corvette. Chevrolet Mustang. Chevrolet Corvette. Second, Charlie Dos Santos. That Mustang, man, I tell you, it's such a wonderful car to drive. Just, it's so engaging. Charlie running really deep there. Third, S. Alexander in the Lone Viper. Wow, Alexander's lucky they made it. Third, Dr. Pepsi. Fourth, McFlurry. Now this is just in grid placement, not grid placement, track position. We'll see what the we'll see what the grid order is now when they cross the line. Venture 26 6th and Dens 7th. So Ollie will come through to post the first time. Second, Charlie Dos Santos. It's not showing me the times, quickest times. Oh, apologies, that was the outlap. Of course, the outlap doesn't count. So we have completed 2 minutes and almost 3 minutes. So these guys are pretty much going to get one lap, maybe two in. And that's that. Let me know in the comments what the audio is like, the volume. Alright, so Charlie Dos Santos gets past Ollie to go for a hot lap. Ollie's with him, S. Alexander out there in the Viper. It'll be interesting to see how the Viper stacks up. It's great to see that there's a variety of the cars. Kind of indicates that the BOP is working, which is good news. Whoa, Dr. Pepsi going in very deep and loses it again into the wall, unfortunately. So that allows McFlurry to get past, who's also porpoising. Hits the wall on his quali lap. Dr. Pepsi battling the Venture 26 pretty much with a clear track. He's trying to make the most of this lap. He stayed out of the trouble. He's using every single inch of that circuit. And this lag is terrible. Den's out in 7th. Car looks fantastic. So Charlie Dos Santos will cross the line first to post a 150.3. Ollie doesn't go faster. 55. S. Alexander. What Alexander do? So it's Dos Santos, McFlurry, Ollie, Alexander, Dr. Pepsi. Venture 26 goes up to second. Alright, so it's Charlie Dos Santos, also known as Boombastic. Whoa, and spins and hits the wall. And a flurry of cars come past. Venture 26 currently second, so Dos Santos on a 50.3, Venture on a 51.9. Someone's off there, McFlurry. What is McFlurry doing? Hit the wall. McFlurry's on the medium, so Charlie is on the soft, Venture on the medium. So the medium and the soft is about 1.5 seconds. Dens in third, also on the hard, so good showing from Dens. McFlurry on the medium, out in fourth. Ollie on the hard in fifth. So Charlie's going to be the Lone Ranger out there on the soft tires. S. Alexander sixth. Wow, lots of lag. Terrible. Dr. Pepsi out in 7th place. But Charlie really leading the charge here. He's on the soft tire. Have to serve a penalty now. Second is Venture 26 on the medium. Den's on the hard. So the top three all using different tires. Very interesting to see. A big slide from both of the drivers as they get onto the main straight. Alrighty. So we are pretty much done and we're going to start now. So there we go. Good quali session, interesting. Good driving from everybody. And yeah, good luck. Let's have a good race. We've got 1 hour. It's a 1 hour endurance race. I never said that. Apologies. So it is round 1 and we're in for a 1 hour endurance race. De Santos first on the soft, Venture on the medium, Den's on the hard. McFlurry, I can't remember what tire he's on. So let's see how we get on. Charlie De Santos has a great start. Venture also has a great start. Looks like Charlie's off to a good start, but he's definitely got the advantage because he is on the soft tire. Question is, how will Venture 26 stack up against the competition? Now McFlurry getting very loose. McFlurry on the medium, Venture also on the medium. So this will be interesting to watch. McFlurry and Venture. A lot of lag between the two. It's going to be very difficult out there. Den's the biggest loser in this battle because he was third. So Den's dropped down to fourth because of that hard tire. I presume he's going to have to battle it out with Ollie. But let's keep our eyes on these two, Venture and McFlurry. Looks like they've got a nice little scrap between them. Thank you, Sophie. Good luck to all the drivers out there. Yeah, hope we have a good race. No incidents. Venture 26 getting it very loose then. McFlurry backing out of it. Not sure what happened, if there was contact, but let's keep our eyes on Den's. Den's is not lagging. Much better to watch. So the dice between Den's and Ollie looks fairly stable. Den's car looking very, very nice. Nice and clear and crisp. And great performance. McFlurry very, very close to Venture. He could be fuel saving. So just look at the RPM. Not really. Yeah, he is definitely fuel saving. So riding in the slip. Venture trying to break that slip, but I don't think McFlurry is going to battle for the lead unless Venture makes a mistake. Venture pushing extremely hard. Now keep your eyes on the fuel and the tires. You'll see that in the bottom right-hand corner, bottom left-hand corner. The fuel gauge is pretty much the gauge that says empty on the left, F on the right with a little fuel can in the middle. That basically indicates how much fuel these guys have used. There are minimum of 2 pit stops required, and the drivers have to use one of each tire. So they have to use the hard at least once, the medium at least once, and the soft at least once. So we haven't said much about your race leader. Charlie's off into the distance with a soft tire, not lagging at all. Looking absolutely stunning. I need to get a 4K monitor so that we can start rendering to 4K. It looks absolutely gorgeous. So second, still Venture 26. McFlurry's right there by Venture. This is a brilliant performance from McFlurry. Venture is going to serve a penalty. What is that going to do for McFlurry? McFlurry is just kind of biding his time here. He's driving extremely well. So bit of a slide. McFlurry picks up a penalty, so he'll have to serve that on the next lap and venture down into third place. So Venture serves his penalty and the driver swaps, so it's Venture's turn to try and fuel save. McFlurry pulled out a 1.2 gap. Den's driving very well out in third place. Looks like the Corvettes are the ones lagging, and the Mustangs are just cruising along nicely. Fifth out is S. Alexander in that Corvette, the lone Corvette. I'm trying all the shortcuts we had on the keyboard and nothing's working. Sixth, Dr. Pepsi, that beautiful gold Corvette. It's a great livery. It's very similar to Venture 26's livery. In fact, it looks exactly the same apart from the colors. Ollie out in 6th place in that Corvette. So still in the lead, Charlie Dos Santos. He's used quite a lot of tyre, close to half a tank of fuel. Second is Venture 26. Now we can expect that the soft tyre would wear quicker than the medium tyre. And luckily I've got my heater here this evening. I don't know if you can see it. It's over there. There. So I should not be getting as cold as I did on Friday. Friday was pretty bad. So McFlurry's about to serve his penalty. Venture past McFlurry and he hadn't even served his penalty yet. So yeah, good times. Charlie Dos Santos still with an 8-second gap now. So those penalties have really given Charlie a massive lead. He will have to change to the medium and the hard tyre at some point, but and this event does not give me a countdown. So I've got a timer on the left. So we're 6 minutes into this race. We still have basically 45 minutes to go. Let me just check the comments. All good. Venture 26 with another 1 second penalty. This is really nice track. It is a very nice track. Third place, McFlurry Twist. Fourth place, Dens. Fifth place, Dr. Pepsi. S. Alexander coming under pressure from Ollie now. Looks like a good dice developing here. Ollie also on the hard, Alexander on the hard. So, very nice dice developing here. It's lagging quite badly. Unfortunately, Ollie went off there. Ollie's not lagging. But it is so difficult to race when the guy in front of you is lagging like that, because you don't know where the driver is. You don't know what they're going to do. It's so unpredictable. Let's check if I can actually apply a filter to this. Let's see. Resolution, format. There's a way to do it. No. Okay, but I'm not gonna try. No, I'll be streaming. It is looking good. I would love to render in 4K, so I need to work on that. Something for the future. So Charlie Dos Santos still leading the charge, 10-second gap. He's maximizing his time on the soft tire, and that makes so much sense. You pretty much have to, and he was clever. He got a clear track, and this makes a lot of sense. So clear track, not gonna fight with anybody. It just gives you the most opportunity to have a good run. Look at that, gorgeous. Second place, Venture 26 on the medium. So the fuel consumption between the two is pretty much exactly the same. It's interesting, the Corvette used to be quite heavy on fuel. McFlurry, well, McFlurry's always been a bit of a master with fuel saving, so needless to say, he's doing well. Den's doing extremely well. So Den's about 6 seconds behind McFlurry, but they have got a massive gap. I mean, it's an 18-second gap to Dos Santos in the lead. And wow. At the moment it looks like this Alexander is pretty much, all the Corvette is the best on fuel. Ollie also doing well, Dr. Pepsi doing well. So it'll be interesting to see where Charlie is going to end up, because he needs to pit. Most likely in a couple of laps. Those softs don't wear too well, so I presume that the I think that the medium is going to be the tire to be on. But having said that, Charlie's already done 6 laps on that soft. Tire wear is much of a muchness. Venture 20 licks. Venture 26 looking really quick through there. McFlurry sitting with Venture 26, and McFlurry looking good on fuel. Den's looking better on fuel. Alexander looking even better. So Alexander doing really well to fuel save here. On that hard tire. Used next to no tire, so it'll be very interesting to see what happens with S. Alexander. Possibly a dark horse in this race. Looks like Ollie's managing to get past S. Alexander there in the slip. So, Dos Santos in the pits. I thought as much. Interesting. So that puts Venture 26, that's Venture and McFlurry also in the pits. So, Denz will carry on and is now in the lead. So, Dos Santos going off, changing tires. He was on the softs. They're busy refueling now. McFlurry stopping in now. Venture 26, they're changing tires. McFlurry, they will have to refuel So where does that put Charlie? Refueling taking forever, so fuel saving is gonna be an advantage for everyone. So Den's out in the race, out in the lead of the race, doing really well. He's on the hard tire, so it looks like when you're on the hard tire, you really want to maximize it, maximize your time there. Still refueling. So that's the Santos way. McFlurry still refueling. And Venture 26 away. This is interesting. They're both going to come out at exactly the same time. And McFlurry went into the back of Venture. Venture gets the penalty. Oh, that's going to be annoying. 3-second penalty. Oh. De Santos in 5th, so De Santos has gone to the mediums. Both these drivers gone to the hard, McFlurry and Venture. So Den's still leading the race. I reckon he's got another lap after this lap he could do. And excuse me. So McFlurry was saying that lag was caused that accident. Yeah, Venture Den's doing well in this race. He's currently in the lead on the hard tire. Looks like the hard tire is the tire to be on. Hello Al. Evening. How cold is the garage tonight? I was saying earlier, Al, I've got this heater over here. So I've managed to get a heater so it's not as cold. Thank you. Thank you for your consideration. We're currently watching Den's doing really well. I think it's his last lap before he pits. Ollie's going to have to pit. S. Alexander doing a phenomenal job. Really the biggest surprise for me. I don't know if he's pitted again, but like he's using next to no fuel. I don't know if he's pitted. Don't know. Oh, S. Alexander going off into the bush there. But I'm assuming that car's running super lean and he's short shifting and doing all this stuff. Lift and coast. And so Den's currently 26 seconds ahead of Ollie, but we know to refuel takes a very long time. So Den's in the pits. Ollie will come into the pits. That'll put S. Alexander in the lead of this race. Now S. Alexander still has almost half a tank of fuel, so fuel saving is going to be the absolute key in this race, because the fuel stops are so long. So there we go. S. Alexander out into the lead. Charlie's about 19 seconds behind Alexander, and it looks like the hard tire is really the one to be on. If you can fuel save well enough, so I'll just remind everybody just reminding the guys, you must use the soft, the medium and the hard. But S. Alexander doing a great job, already straight up into first, and we're about 20 minutes into this race, so 1/3 almost into this race. Second, Charlie Dos Santos. Doing a good job. He's on the medium tyre now. Charlie has the quickest lap of the race. Den's in third place. Currently on the medium, 14 seconds behind Charlie. Fourth is Venture 26, 9 seconds behind Den's. So fuel saving is going to be absolute key in this race. McFlurry out in 5th place. Ollie in 6th. The fuel tank on the medium stock to Pepsi still coming in. That car's looking pretty beat up. Back to your leader, S. Alexander. Still with so much fuel. It's amazing how little fuel this car is using. I'm going to take a short break. I'll be right back. So, I'm back everyone. Joining the race at an interesting time because Charlie Dos Santos is closing in on S. Alexander at a rate of knots. So it'll be interesting to see how this is going to work out for Alexander. He hasn't pitted yet. Charlie has. But Dos Santos has used a lot more fuel to get to where he is. Apologies. So the gap down to 4 seconds now. So we'll just have to gauge it. 23 minutes in. Three and a half seconds the gap. There you can see S. Alexander. So what is Alexander going to do? He will continue to fuel save and then go on to the medium tire or the soft. He's doing really well on that. On that hard tire, and 2.8 seconds, 2.7 seconds the gap now. So very good driving. So the gap down to 1.7, 1.5, 1.4. So Charlie not at all fuel saving. And the Santos goes wide. And we saw this last season. I remember the Santos also his strategy was full attack. The Santos on the medium tire, so started on the soft, now on the medium, and S. Alexander pretty much fuel saving all the way. So Alexander now will have to go into the pits. And the Santos just behind Alexander, so he will get the slip and go for the pass, which he has. So the Santos up into first place. I'm surprised Alexander didn't go into the pits there, but the Santos is out of fuel as well. So that's interesting. By the time they come round, the Santos will probably have to pit. So so yeah, let's see how that works. There was a bit of contact there, unfortunate, and Alexander waited for the Santos, so bit of contact there. The Santos has massive damage and also has to pit. Alexander will have to pit. So interesting. Not sure how this is going to play out, because Alexander hasn't pitted. Alexander must go on to... We're halfway through this race pretty much, and Alexander hasn't pitted. So, interesting. Den's out in third place, about 10 seconds behind. Doing a good job at fuel saving. McFlurry in fourth place, 30 seconds behind Dens. McFlurry's on the hard, Dens is on the medium. Ollie on the medium, half a tank of fuel, 10 seconds. So the Santos, apologies, they're going into the pits. Alexander going into the pits. Dens will not pit. So Den's out into first place. So what that has done is it's put Alexander into this race. Alexander wasn't really in the race in the beginning. Now, Dens would have pitted. This is Dens' second time. So he's done his... He would have done... not Dens, sorry. Charlie. This will be his second mandatory stop. So, in theory, he won't have to stop again. Whereas Alexander will. So, if Charlie does the same fuel-saving strategy that Alexander did, he could go to the end. But I don't know if he will. He seems to be quicker just going flat out. So he'll continue to do his stops. His stints the way he is. He'll probably go to the hard tire now. And then it's maximum attack. Or do the hard tire. do like one lap, go to the soft and go maximum again. Not sure. Dos Santos is currently in 4th place. Den's 30 seconds ahead of McFlurry, still with a decent amount of fuel. So I have no idea how this is going to go. Second McFlurry. Let's just see. But yeah, McFlurry going well. Not a lot of lag from McFlurry anymore. Ollie in 3rd. Dos Santos 10 seconds behind Ollie. Ollie on the medium. Charlie has gone to the hard tyre now. Came out in front of Alexander and pulling out a massive gap. So Alexander now on the medium tyre. Started on the hard, now on the medium. I'm not sure what Alexander's going to do. I mean, he can go long again, but he's going to have to change tyres again, so I'm not sure. Venture 26 out in 6th place, now on the soft tyre. Dr. Pepsi. Quite a ways behind and has a massive penalty. So someone coming up behind Dens. That's Charlie Dos Santos coming to lap Dr. Pepsi. What's happening with the I see there's a bit of lag. Evening TTV Uber Beasts. Evening, everyone, just got home, so sadly missed the race. So time for the race is always 8 p.m. BST. Yes sir, it is. So, currently your race leader is Dens. We've been watching Dens for a while. Just looking at what's happening with the tires and the fuel strategy. Fuel is definitely the limiting factor here. Drivers trying to eke out to do the minimum stops required. So Dens first 38 seconds ahead of McFlurry. He will have to pit now. McFlurry second, still doing the right with those hard tires and that fuel. Probably has got another 2 laps in it. Only up to 3rd now. But Dos Santos slowly catching. He's on the hard tire. Dos Santos is going maximum. S. Alexander not too far behind Dos Santos in fuel saving. So S. Alexander has only done 1 stop. Everybody else has done 2 stops. So it's really interesting. S. Alexander's going extreme with the fuel saving. Alrighty, so Dr. Pepsi in the pits. Venture 26 currently 6th. S. Alexander 5th. Charlie Dos Santos 4th. Closing in on Ollie. Going maximum. Ollie out in 3rd. No fuel left. Dens is going into the pits. McFlurry will have to go into the pits end of this lap. Beautiful shot. Tires. These guys almost look robotic. Taking the tires away. Check out that guy just effortlessly picks up that rim. I mean, that wheel it's an 18-inch wheel. It's interesting. So McFlurry also in the pits. Dos Santos out into first place. That leaves S. Alexander second, 8 seconds behind Dos Santos. Slowly closing in on Dos Santos. So Dos Santos possibly fuel saving now, because there's S. Alexander. Den's coming out in second place. Good work from Den's. That was very good from Den's. So, very interesting. Venture 26 out in fourth place. Let's not forget, Alexander has only pitted once. Doing a long stint on the hard tire. Makes sense. Tires, you won't lose the tire. Can go super long on the hard tire. I just don't know how it's going to play out. Very interesting. Venture 26 on the soft, busy catching, but not sure. So Den's, great work from Den's to get up into second place, also on the soft tire now. It's going to be interesting to see the kind of pace Den's has. That soft tire though. So Den's currently catching Dos Santos. Dos Santos on the hard tire, so it makes sense Den's would be catching. Much rather look at Den's livery because it's an actual livery. I'm giving Charlie uphill because he hasn't changed. He doesn't have a livery. Well, he doesn't conform to the proper SSBB liveries. So there we go. Den's getting a much better run onto the main straight in Charlie's slip, and will definitely make the pass sometime or the other. Alexander out in third place still. I saw his name come up there. So Den's looking for a place to pass. Den's on the soft tire. Charlie making Den's life difficult. The weather changing from light to dark now. 36 minutes into this race. Both of these drivers have driven so well. Den's really has he's doing a fantastic job. Oh, Charlie into the wall there, so making a mistake and unfortunately going to the wall. Doesn't have damage, but he's got a 1.5 second penalty, so that will definitely hurt him, and that allows Den's to break free and put his head down now and give us some good lap times. Charlie Dos Santos has the fastest lap time of the event with a 150.1. Can Den's match that? Not sure how much fuel saving Den's is doing. S. Alexander still out in third place. So Dos Santos into the pits now. Gonna get off this hard tire. He's got fuel left, but he's decided he's had enough. Don't blame him. Den's on the soft. Alexander on the medium. Venture passes. He's on the soft tire. He's used a lot of tire. Dos Santos needs to put fuel. He can't just stop for tires. So that's a good job. He is putting the fuel in. Deciding to possibly go to the end. 38 minutes have passed. 22 minutes to go. Hey Jurassic Jam, how you doing? Welcome. Oh, let's see, sorry, jump back there. So Ollie and McFlurry were having a bit of a tussle there, and as they do, Dos Santos comes out the pit, so McFlurry's on the softs, so he is flying at the moment. Ollie also on the softs. Dos Santos also on the softs. Decided he's had enough, so he's going to have to try push. So this is very interesting. Dr. Pepsi on the hards. Den's now on the soft as well. This has really worked out well for Den's. So Den's doing a phenomenal job out in first place on that soft tyre. S. Alexander still in second, 20 seconds behind Den's, but plenty fuel, plenty tyre. So really not sure how this is going to play out for Alexander, but doing a phenomenal job nonetheless. Venture 26 in third place, doing a great job as well on the soft tyre, really eking out every little bit of life he can out of that soft tyre. Car's looking very second hand. McFlurry in fourth place. He's got Ollie right behind him for close company. Ollie possibly fuel saving as well. They've got Dos Santos behind them, who's just battling. Not sure what happened there, but went off into the wall. And we'll have to serve his penalty now. 3-second penalty, that's horrible. So, Charlie out in 6th place, slowly losing the battle. Dr. Pepsi in 7th, not sure how that's going to play out for Charlie. It's unfortunate to see, but maybe, I don't think you can go to the end from here. Alexander will have to stop again. Den's, I think, has done his allotted stops, but I don't think he has enough fuel to be able to go to the end, so it'll be interesting. Jurassic Jam, the visuals are looking gorgeous, but what's with the cars twitching around? So Jurassic, that is the Gran Turismo 7 lag, the infamous lag. That is terrible. We are battling with it, but it seems to have improved in a little bit, so hoping that it improves more as we move on. So Den's currently still leading the charge. Alexander second. Den's is coming up to pass someone. That is Dr. Pepsi. So Alexander still in second. This man, or this car has, this driver has, I'm gonna have to start putting, I don't know what the term is, what the term is that I'm allowed to use now without being shot, but I'm gonna use the term gender with preferred gender acronym with the entry, so that I can remember, because there's so many new people. But anyway, S. Alexander currently second. S. Alexander has pitted once in this race. There are drivers that have pitted 3 times already. So this is hugely interesting. I don't know how it's going to play out, because Alexander needs to pit again to satisfy the rule of using every set of tyre. So yeah, Venture 26 in third place, doing a lot better, not twitching as much or lagging. I say that, and he's lagging. Dens need to stop for fuel, but no, he's doing really well on fuel saving. So Jurassic, I'm on a PS5. So yeah, I'm on the PS5. I'm just reading your comment. GT Sport took a couple of years to perfect. Once this is ironed out, it will be amazing. Yeah, I agree. And once I can render to 4K, it'll be even more amazing. So, but it's looking pretty damn good, I think. So yeah, awesome to see. Need some sunshine, which I think is going to come at the end. Dens with a 30-second gap. I don't think he's going to make it to the end on this tank, so he'll do a splash and dash at the end. S. Alexander will have to do change to the soft tire at some point. Venture 26 is going to have to pit again. McFlurry in 4th place. I'm not sure if McFlurry will go to the end. Possibly. That's an interesting one. Ollie will have to pit again. Charlie De Santos will have to pit again. Or unless Charlie's been on a very aggressive strategy, so I'm not sure if it's going to work. Or if he can feel safe to go to the end from here. Not sure. Dr. Pepsi bringing up the rear. So your race leader doing a great job. Currently 32 seconds ahead of Alexander. We'll see Venture 26 go into the pits at some point. Still a ways away from the main straight. Not sure how this is going to work out for Alexander. Let's see. Where are the pits? The pit entry. Much earlier. So venture out into the pits now. That puts McFlurry up into 3rd. Don't know if McFlurry's going to go to the end on this. In this tank. 14 minutes left. Let's see. Dens out of fuel now, so Dens will have to stop soon. Yes, someone's parked like right next to the track with their camper van. I don't think that's the wisest thing. After seeing the Formula 1 today, just with that accident with Zhou Guan Yu, that was really scary. Alrighty, so Dens, your race leader, coming into the pits. Alexander, that's the corner I was talking about. This Viper sounds amazing, I must say. So Alexander coming into the pits. Alright, so also going to change tires. So this will be very interesting. Dens is refueling at the moment. Alexander coming in. McFlurry also coming in. So it is the last stop for the race leaders. De Santos, yes, has used a lot of fuel. Also coming in. So everybody coming in. Venture 26 has pitted, but is half a lap behind. So it'll be interesting to see. Dens is coming out the pits. So Dens doing a phenomenal job with that pit stop, going on to the medium tire, deciding that is the tire to be on. Very interesting. There's Alexander out of the pits as well. So Alexander about 11 seconds behind Dens, and we'll go maximum from here, depending on how much fuel you can use. So it'll be interesting to see the pace from here. I mean, he's been way off the pace. Fuel saving a lot, but looks like Alexander is really using every last millimeter of the track, slowly closing the gap to Dens. Not by much though. McFlurry out in third place. The Santos in the pits. Comes out of the pits. So the Santos 5th now. Venture 26 4th. The Santos 2.5 seconds behind Venture. Ollie is still in 6th. And Dr. Pepsi in 7th. So the gap between Dens, your race leader, and Alexander is about 10.6 seconds. Jurassic Jam, oh, you've upgraded, makes sense. Yep, I upgraded from the PS4. The reason for that is just with the live streams, I want to try and get the best rendering I can. It doesn't help when the game is lagging so badly. I'm going to call it porpoising from now, because that's how ridiculous it is. But let's just look at our stats quickly. We're on 6 live viewers, 5 concurrent viewers. Thank you, everybody. How long have we been streaming? We have been streaming now for, I'll tell you now, 1 hour and 12 minutes. Currently watching your race leader Dens. Second is S. Alexander, as we mentioned so much before. Fuel saving expert. Doesn't look like he's fuel saving much now. Closing the gap. 8.4 seconds the gap to Dens. This is a brilliant drive from Alexander. Dens is going to have to work. We've got about 9 minutes to go. McFlurry third also on the, so now Dens is on the medium tire, Alexander on the soft tire. Don't know if Alexander's going to close that gap. Venture 26 in 4th on the 6-second gap. Charlie De Santos in 5th. Now this is going to be a good race. He's got a half a second gap though. Now, Venture on the soft, Charlie on the soft. The gap about 1.2, but Charlie's got half a second penalty. It's about 8 minutes to go. This is going to be a close finish. So we'll keep our eyes on your race leaders. But Dens coming over still in first place. 7 seconds behind him is S. Alexander. And then you can see Alexander coming through to cross the line now. Doing his PB of 50.4, so that is his best lap of the race. Used a lot of fuel to do that lap. Almost not enough. Alexander will have to fuel save at some stage. I think it is too little too late. Strategy was possibly a bit too extreme. And because that Viper is using a lot of fuel. The gap 6.7 seconds to Dens, but I think it's too little too late, to be honest. Dens is cruising along. Plenty of fuel, in full control of this race. Alexander will have to fuel save. Because that Viper is just so heavy on fuel. 7 minutes remaining. It's just over 3 laps. 3 laps to go. McFlurry third. 38 seconds behind Alexander about 4 seconds ahead of Venture 26. Venture 26 is going to come under pressure from Dos Santos very soon. Both of them have more or less the same fuel. Venture has slightly less tire. So this is going to be a good race between these two. It's going to be tight. Looks like Dos Santos is looking for a way past. 0.1 the gap. So, Dos Santos gets it loose and has to back out of that one. But closes the gap on the brakes again. Has to be careful not to ride into the back of Venture. Look to pass down a main straight, but they go into a braking zone. Charlie looked for the way past, looking for the crisscross. He's not going to be able to make it happen there. So Venture 26 hanging on, but unfortunately doesn't have the inside line for the next corner. They side by side as they're going to turn 1. The Santos has the inside line, possibly will take it. Venture 26 slots in behind the Santos, but manages to get past again. So good racing from Venture 26. That's very, very good racing. Very aggressive, but gave each other a lot of space. And they're now coming up to lap Dr. Pepsi, who kindly stays out of the way and puts himself in the wall, unfortunately. And nursing some damage there. Very good racing between these two. And not leaving anything on the table. And Venture running it slightly wide and goes into the wall, so that allows the Santos to get track position up into 4th place. Will Venture come back? But 4 minutes to go. Venture's got the slip. Let's see, does Venture go for the move? No, decides to play it cautious. Oh, Charlie gets it all loose and hits the wall. And that is a 1.5 second penalty. That's really going to hurt him. How are we looking with Denz? Denz has opened up the gap. Done enough. S. Alexander will have to fuel save and or put a little bit of fuel in, because unfortunately there is no fuel. So this is going to play into McFlurry's hands. Alexander did very, very well to get into this position by extreme fuel saving, but unfortunately looking for the position, this Viper is just too heavy on fuel. So Alexander, I don't think will finish this race unless Alexander knows something we don't, but this could play into McFlurry's hands. McFlurry could get the 2nd place spot here. Venture 2.7 seconds behind McFlurry. Venture's really closed the gap. Venture has fuel in hand. Alexander doesn't, so Alexander is going to have to limp pretty much to the pits to go and put a splash of fuel in. Ooh, Venture made a mistake. And McFlurry's got some breathing room, so wow, McFlurry really with a real opportunity to finish 2nd here. Denz is doing a great job. Alexander not going into the pits. Thinks that he can, or Alexander can, thinks that they can make it to the end of the race. Interesting. 2 minutes to go. Pretty much a lap. So Denz with a very, very comfortable margin and has driven a phenomenal race. Didn't have outright pace, but ultimately the right strategy and doing a phenomenal job. Alexander, the absolute master of fuel saving, is gonna basically use a hairdryer or something to push this car over the finish line, because not sure how, but okay. It was a big push to try and catch Dens, but the Viper just used way too much fuel. McFlurry out in third place now has a 5-second gap lead over Venture 26, who has no fuel. And it looks like the Santos has left the room. He's left the lobby. That's very unfortunate. Venture 26 is going to have to pit. So will Alexander have to pit as well? We're like half a minute away from finishing. Where are these guys? So Dens will have to do another lap. Alexander potentially not. 20 seconds to go. Alexander has no fuel. No fuel. Alexander's out of fuel. Will Alexander be able to finish this race? I don't know. There's 2 seconds to go. And that's that. This is a 1 hour race, so is that the checkered flag? I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Is Alexander seeing the checkered flag? It should be waving. Okay, Alexander has finished the race. Right, so Dens is on the final lap, which makes sense. Thrilling performance, so that's put McFlurry in third place. Venture 26 will come over and finish the race as well in fourth place. Ollie coming around will finish in fifth place. Dr. Pepsi's a few laps down, goes over to finish the race. Ollie in fifth place. Well done, Ollie. So your race leader coming round, gonna see the pit entrance now, has 2 corners to negotiate, the bus stop pretty much. Brilliant drive from Dens, and managed this race to perfection. What an absolute masterclass. Well done, sir, and well done to all our drivers. Dr. Pepsi needs to switch to Red Bull. Oh, that's good stuff. Thank you, Dens, for the brilliant advertising. So there we have it. What a race that was, man. That was phenomenal. Where's my mouse? I'm using the wrong mouse. That was a brilliant race, and thank you everybody to supporting and watching in the comments. Jurassic Jam, Al, Sophie, who else is there? TTV, Uber Beasts, Jacques Smith, Ian Evo. I'm a clown. Anyway, thank you guys. Well done to all of our competitors. It was freaking amazing. And we'll see you guys on Wednesday. The Viper needs a bloody V4 swap to maintain fuel. Thanks for hosting. All good, Sophie. All good. Sophia. And thank you everybody for your support. We'll catch you guys next time. Until then, see ya.